Is it buzzing? Okay, this one's buzzing. Buzzing. Okay, no problem. All right. Thank you, Anjana. Thank all of you for being here. This is a real pleasure for me. I've been working behind the scenes to help this transition take place that you saw this morning. So, that's meanwhile, my phone just went off, and I forgot to turn it off here. So, everybody turn your phones off. I wanted to do that as an example of what not to do, okay? So, anyway, you saw this wonderful company team that has been in the process of being put together over the last, it's been a while, but we're still in transition. We still, I've been doing this so long that, things like this happen to me. I remember I showed up, I dressed the other morning to go to the office because we were going to do some video and some photos and so on. And I got dressed, and Kendra saw the way I was dressed, and she says, No. You look like an old man, she said. You dress like an old man. I said, well, I am an old man. But she made me go back and redo it, okay? And so, there's no way that I can be a young man anymore. I started out as a young man, 19 years old, needing some help in my financial life, having already experienced some benefits from using the products. And I at that point, I knew how terrible it is to suffer from asthma, to have your life threatened year after year. We lived in a very dusty, high pollen area. Farming was the main industry in Porterville, California. And so that was no way to get out of Porterville, California. You're there, the family doesn't have the resources to go anywhere else, so we were stuck there. And so I started there, whole food nutrition, as the video pointed out, started to improve my health, and things like cod liver oil tastes terrible. It was by the big tablespoonful, and things like liquid vitamins that tasted terrible. In those days, they made no attempt to hide the taste. The worse it tastes, the better it is for you, was the philosophy. And so this must have been very, very good for me. But I benefited. And to my surprise, no longer had a life-threatening experience every year. And this just gradually put me on a search for the best products that I could find that would help me the most personally. And so even before I got introduced to the business part of selling nutritional products, I was always on the lookout for something that might help me and benefit my health a little more. 16-year-old boy came along, Darrell Reeves, invited me, my brother Bob, to a opportunity meeting, and I decided, well, maybe since I know products help, I can sell these products, and that's how I started. $48. Went out and started learning about the business. I say that because I had to learn to control my attitude. I had to learn to handle disappointments. There's a lot of learning. I had to learn to keep going when I didn't feel like it. It's one thing to skip over what happened and just say, I started at 19, I bought a $48 kit and I got rich. Okay, that would be the short version. Well, let me tell you, I remember having to borrow the $48 from my brother Bob. Okay, and if you know Bob very well, he's not a very good lender. Okay, he couldn't wait to get it back. And also, I remember going out thinking that everybody I talked to was going to listen to me, and I remember getting them everything from, forget about that, that's not going to work. My father said, get these big ideas out of your head. You got to realize where you're from. You're not going to make a lot of money. And so I had to overcome that kind of input. On the other hand, I had my mother, as I've mentioned before, throughout the years telling me, don't listen to him, you can do anything you want. And she was right, okay? And so I learned the power, I had to learn the power of words. The power of words is that discouraging words can do a lot of damage, and encouraging words can do a lot of good, can build a person up. I remember being beat down by my father's words and lifted up by my mother's words, thinking I could conquer the world after she got through talking to me. So I had to learn those things. I had to learn how to give a presentation. Nobody was around to say, here's how you give a presentation. Just had to develop one out of trial and error. I'll tell you what, successful people make a lot of mistakes, but they keep going. They just keep moving forward and keep adjusting and learning from the mistake. You might have to make the mistake 10 times before you learn anything. Doesn't matter. The idea that you could read a book or just listen to somebody, and then that will take care of you doing something, or me doing something, is not going to be the answer. What is the answer is having a clear-cut goal, knowing where you're going, where you'd like to go, being willing to adjust that goal as you move forward, but not letting anything deter you or anything stop you. As long as you keep moving, keep making mistakes, keep making little adjustments, you will then eventually win. And that's been the transition that's happened throughout my life, from being very confident when I talk to people. If you notice this morning, I'm wearing my Neolife hat. I've got my Neolife, my GNLD shirt on. I notice, I just came from Las Vegas yesterday, and I was wearing my Neolife hat, and I had several people just say, "What is Neolife?" in the elevators. They want to know. And Kendra came up with a saying. I believe it was her sometime back, and I started using that and telling people, wear it and share it. Okay, just wear it and share it. People, you wear it, people see what you're doing. I've seen examples of that recently in our Bay Area market, with not only with Kendra, with the girls in the office, with Shad Sharp. He's a wear it and share it guy. He's got I think he's now doing his car, getting a Neolife on the top of his car with bicycle racks and I don't know what all, but he's actually stirring up I've lived in Los Gatos since 1968, and nobody's known I'm there. I've been very quiet. Okay, Shad is changing that. He's I can't go anywhere now. They say, "Hey, I heard about that guy that's going up and down the street here doing this and that and everything else." So I know he's busy. Shad, thank you very much. He's waking up the town I live in. Yeah, you'll hear about him later. But anyway, this transition took place. I mentioned attitude. There were times in my first, second, third year, and then repeated years later on various occasions where I was down mentally, where I was actually afraid to get out of my house and talk to somebody. You look at me today and you say, wait a minute, he's founder of the company and everything. He must have been a dynamo. Let me tell you something. There were times that the weight of just getting out and going somewhere and talking to people was just too much to handle. And I would sit at home, I'd read the Bible, I would read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I would read various books to try to get my own attitude up. And, it took a while, long years, before I could consistently take care of my own attitude. Those are the things that we go through. That's the learning process. But if we don't keep going, we don't keep making mistakes, and we don't keep adjusting as a result of those mistakes, we're not going to reach our goal. We're not going to reach our goal. You know, it's anyone will tell you that's accomplished anything that it's filled, the road to success is filled with multiple mistakes and corrections and learning as a result of that. And that's our process. That's how we learn to ride a bicycle. That's how we learn to ski. If you don't ski and you want to try to learn, just go up on the mountain, get the skis, put them on, head down. You will fall, okay? Over and over and over. When I was 50 years old, I decided to take up snowboarding, okay? Well, I tell you, the first 3-4 days, I felt like I got in a fight every day, and I lost, okay? And I hurt myself, little here and there, but everything. Pretty soon, I could do it. I used to be able to beat Kendra, no more, okay? She used to be able to surf bigger waves than her, no more, okay? She's now makes fun of me, okay? The process of growing, there's no shortcut. You want to learn to be a brain surgeon? Guess what? There's a long road to be able to be a brain surgeon. And hopefully you don't make too many mistakes on that one, okay? Today, my job today is to watch this transition, be a part of it, and position our company for the future. And I was so proud to look at, to stand back there and to watch the company team up here, those bright faces, young, smart, intelligent people. And you know, as people have retired, as we've brought them into the office, and they're there, the whole atmosphere of the office. Pretty soon, you know, it's like somebody says, "Hey, let's get some music in this office. You know, let's make this place come alive." And so, you know, the company is positioned now and is getting positioned for the next 50 years. And I couldn't be more confident, and I couldn't be more proud of the team that is in place to take it forward. You know, and so I just would want join me in giving them a big hand for being a part of it. At the heart, you know, at the heart of what we're doing is the concept and the purpose of serving other people. Serving other people. I know that my health has been blessed as a result of being on this path of whole food nutrition throughout my adult years. I just came from a conference in Las Vegas, a business conference where there were about 30 men, mostly my age, you know, some a little bit younger, some older. And the health problems that group has, okay. We had one member die this last year. We had another one that can't be there, pancreatic cancer. We had another one that all kinds of problems. They're all on heart medications. They're all on blood cholesterol medications. They're on all kinds of medications. They're taking. And I just thought to myself, look, I'm 74 years old in April, and I look at myself and I'm thinking how blessed I am, because these people are having trouble walking. They're having trouble digesting their food. And not that we can't all have problems. We can all have problems. But I'll tell you what, taking these products for 50 plus years works. You know, it works. And, you know, and the idea that I could introduce these products to other people and they could benefit no matter where they are in their life, even if their health has been set back for various choices, lifestyle choices that they've made over the years, they can start at any time and start to move forward, okay? This group is tired of me telling them you got to take the nutrition, you've got to stop smoking, quit getting in a room by yourselves and smoking those cigars and all the things that and to the point that I irritate them, and they just want me to go away and shut up, okay? I was talking to a man from Egypt sitting at dinner, and I was talking about him drinking a mixed alcohol drink, and he was having a few too many. He's a very wealthy Egyptian. And he said, well, let me tell you this. In defense of alcohol, I've made a lot of bad, stupid decisions when I've been totally sober. Okay, so... It's not the whole answer. But if we have the attitude that we're going to serve other people, and whether it's serving them with a spirit of we could help them have a business where they could build up a residual income, they could have take some of the financial burden off of their lives, their families' lives, build up an estate that's worth something at the end of the line. If that's we can help there. We can help with the health. And by serving people and then benefiting and being blessed as a result of that, we can help in so many ways. So many ways out there. I've come to the realization that, trying to figure out what makes me happy today. I don't really want for anything, anything material. But I think what makes me happy, what gives me joy every day. And I love to be in this business. I love the people. I love you. I love to be around you. I will have a very heavy travel and work schedule this year. But what really gives me the joy is when I can take my blessings and give it to somebody else. That's me. Giving somebody something voluntarily, whether it's paying for someone to go to university, whether it's helping with a financial burden somewhere, whether it's just helping with encouraging words, whether it's helping with advice the best I know how, whether it's offering products and a Neo-Life club that you can be a part of that encourages to have better daily choices in your regarding your food intake and your nutritional supplements and your life and your exercise, and your spiritual life. And as long as I'm helping, I get joy. If I voluntarily do something for someone, I'm never regret it. I'm so happy. If somebody takes something from me that I haven't decided, I get very upset. The loss of somebody violated. Somebody takes $1,000 from me that I didn't want to do. It bothers me. I can't sleep at night. I hate that. I don't want anybody to steal, my lawnmower, right? But I could give away many, many times that if I'm helping somebody, and I feel absolutely wonderful. I've never resented helping another person. So that's what gives me joy. And that's what keeps me going. And that's why I want to make this transition. We all run out of time. In 6 more years, I'll be 80 years old. Okay, hopefully I can be as productive and energetic as some of you are at 80 years old. And, I have a couple of people I look up to in that area. They don't look 80, but I tell you, 80 is not the end of the line. 80 can be a wonderful period, just like 74 is. But I tell you what, the heavy lifting that's going to be done physically, traveling and building the company around the country and around the world is going to be done by people who are younger than myself. Okay, and so it's time for you to step up and decide you're going to be a part of that. And then it's time for the company to put the resources behind you, as we're trying to do, to make that job easier. and make it happen quicker. And so I want to thank you once again for being here to attend this wonderful convention. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Susan. Stand up in the back, Susan, and just wave. Yeah. Her sister, Barbara. Barbara's next door. Barbara, sitting next to her. Barbara is a distributor, sponsored by Kendra. And of course, I'm here with Kendra, and then my extended family, which is you. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. And I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to ask my special daughter Kendra to come up and share a few words. Okay, give Kendra a good hand up. Kendra.
Baby, when